Stan Lee was, is, and forever shall be the man.
It's a great honor to be talking to you.
Yes, I imagine it is.
Today on the show. Welcome back, true believers.
It is time once again for our favorite day of the week. You know what day it is. Say it with me now. Best Stan Wednesday! Yes, it did not feel appropriate to have a Stan Lee week and stop in the middle of it to see a bunch of people failing.
Yeah, no. That just was not. Didn't feel good. Didn't feel right. Wasn't happy. Enough said.
Yeah. And originally we were going to do we were going to show blooper reels from Marvel movies and stuff, but those don't have anything to do with Stan Lee other than he created the universe. But
yeah.
But then I tried looking for Stan Lee bloopers or fails, and instead
there
were none. There were a couple of like alternate takes.
Yes.
From
the man has never failed.
That's yes.
Oh yeah, he has.
Well, he has.
Yeah.
See, one time Marvel was going bankrupt, so they sold their entire library to Sony, and then those were distributed out amongst a bunch of other people. That was that, and as Stan Lee himself put it, he never made business decisions. He was just kind of like the face. So. There you have it. That's as close to a fail as he's ever come.
Mm-hmm.
But we did come across a bunch of funny clips, and so we decided we're going to show those instead.
Because it's what we do, and it's Stan Lee week here at the show, and
you keep it lighthearted.
That's right.
Considering that Monday was a little misty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm sure Friday will be too. So
Friday will be too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's have some fun in the meantime.
Why not?
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with the first clip.
So the first clip here, and there's quite a few clips where you can actually see Stan Lee kind of riffing on DC. DC. And one thing that definitely is different between Marvel and DC is where DC has a lot of I don't want to use the word supernatural, but extraordinary type characters. All of Marvel's characters are at least somewhat grounded in reality. Like, even though they may have these awesome powers, they are still people. Mm-hmm. So this is Stan Lee talking about the difference between Superman and Thor.
When Superman flies, he has no visible means of propulsion. He just goes like this. They said he was able to leap over tall buildings with a single bound. They never said he could fly with no means of propulsion. Take Marvel. I wanted Thor to be able to fly. So I found the most scientific method you could find. He takes his hammer, which is fastened to his wrist by a leather thumb. And he twirls the hammer as fast as a propeller. And then he lets go. Well, the hammer goes flying. He's attached to it. He goes flying. That shows you the difference between a company that cares.
Is it a little cooler in here? Is it a little cooler? A little cooler? Yeah, I thought so. There's a little shade from Stan the Man. It's a company that cares.
Yes. And he'll riff on, we'll get to
that later, yeah.
Imagine how cool it would be to just sit in a hotel room and just talk to Stan Lee.
Amazing. Until they try to blow up the city behind you.
What?
What is your current involvement with Marvel?
What
current involvement with Marvel?
My current involvement, I do the interviews, and I meet with them occasionally year round, but I don't interfere with what they do. They have their own writers. Jesus. They're excited. The city of it's probably a major invasion by ISIS.
Maybe you should call the Avengers.
No, I don't know, Spider-Man, somebody.
Blown up
All of a sudden, Doc Doom appeared with fireworks.
Apparently, that's what ISIS attacks
It's
with
right.
now. Is
It's
fireworks.
fireworks.
War would be so much better if they just
Bottle rocket, yeah.
bottle rocket wars.
and Roman candle wars. There you
Yes.
go.
Or whichever nation could put on the most impressive fireworks display.
Yeah, there you go. Or do like they do over. It was in. I think it's in Russia or Israel or somewhere. I forget. But where they actually.
Oh yeah, Israel's real big on fireworks.
Where no, there's like a big festival where they all line up. These two. It's actually two cities that are across a river from each other. And they all line up on either side of this river with like these big rockets, and they shoot them across the river at the other town, trying to hit a bell on a bell tower on the other side.
Oh yeah, that's.
I think that's a Russian thing.
God, that's like
Find that for your Russian clip.
It's awesome.
That
to watch.
is one of those deep Eastern European Balkan states.
Right.
That it's like
It's awesome to watch.
And to answer your question, we did fight a war with firecrackers and won it. It
Yeah.
was in Japan.
Okay.
yeah.
So if I'm sure every male adolescent comic book reader has at some point in time had a crush on their favorite ex-woman or female superhero or villain.
Some of us still do.
Yeah. Let's face it.
Is that this clip?
You ever?
Or is this the trading clip?
You ever? Oh yeah, that's right.
It's a trading clip.
It
I
is a
thought.
trade, yeah. So there was another clip where Stanley was asked what character he would most want to date.
It was MJ.
It was Mary Jane. Yeah.
I'd date MJ.
Yeah. But that's not this clip. It was from the same interview. I got confused. So, so you knew what it was, so you set it up.
Basically, if you're a sports team and being in sports, you get to trade players back and forth. Mm-hmm. Well, what happens if you could trade a Marvel character for a DC character?
Stanley is the head of a sports team made up of all of his creations. Spider-Man, Thor, Iron Man, etc.
Well, what do you mean, etc.? You could have mentioned them, but all right, we'll go with etc.
So, you have to trade one of your characters to distinguish competition, DC, for one of their characters. Which of your characters do you trade, and which of theirs do you select?
Trade one of the Marvel characters, one of the ones I helped to create, with, the DC characters? I think we better just forget that question, but before I become very insulted. The DC characters, some of them are great. I wish I had created them, but there's no way I would trade mine for theirs.
So there you have it.
Shady.
Yeah, no, it's not just that. It's like I really don't know of a DC character that could survive
That would work
in Marvel.
Man.
The Flash, maybe?
Batman.
No, I really don't even think Batman. Well, Batman would just
Beat the crap out of everyone.
Doc Doom's up. I'll handle it.
Galactus is here. I'm on it.
I'm on it. I've got it. I've got my Galactus plan.
I already have a 17 weakness list going here.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Marvel is a completely different universe.
Booster Gold.
Booster Gold might be able. Guy
him.
Gardner could do. Guy Gardner could
Oh, God.
exist.
Everyone would kill him immediately.
And if there's one character who could flip from Marvel to DC, I gotta say Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Punisher probably.
I can see Punisher in DC. Oh, God. Punisher in DC?
Oh Jesus,
That'd be
right?
awesome.
Yeah.
There's an episode topic for later on.
Because
Yeah.
we have
Next week on the show.
we have had Batman Punisher crossovers.
We have.
We've had Batman Spider-Man crossover, which was amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of Marvel DC
Everything that led, well, and it's not the only time they did it, but everything that led up to the Amalgam universe
was good.
where they
yes.
did a crossover of like the entire Marvel roster to the entire DC roster. Oh, speaking of DC and Marvel, and some things that they could use back and forth. Those cameos.
King of Cameo.
Yeah, I mean they work out pretty well for Marvel.
Uh-huh.
Maybe DC
Could have.
Could do something like that.
Yeah.
The Marvel movies are the biggest money-making movies of all. And, it's funny. I keep thinking DC could probably make a lot more money with Superman and Batman if they announced that I'd have a cameo in one. People wouldn't believe it. They'd have to go to the theater and see.
I don't know if I could believe that though.
Maybe something small.
Yeah, like with an animated movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, maybe like they could have done something like that with like Teen Titans or
Yeah,
something.
something
They
like that.
had a
Small
movie.
enough
didn't
they
they?
could
It's a
get away
small
with
movie.
that.
Yeah.
They did.
They did.
It's funny.
It's funny.
Stan Lee had a cameo in Teen Titans Go to the Movie.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
In case you didn't know. So it's weird to hear, Stan goes back a long way.
Jeez, yeah.
And we've mentioned already about how he's just one of those icons that it's out there. You had other icons like Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko and stuff like that.
Tempe and little guy by the name of Bob Kane.
Yeah, created a couple characters. What you might be familiar with. What's the guy's name?
The Batman.
Got those ears, yeah, that guy. I'm Batman. Because I'm Batman. But you never get to hear about them talking about hanging out. You never get to hear those kind of stories until now.
People often ask me which of the DC characters would I have liked to have written. And it really doesn't matter to me because I like writing anything. I think if I had done Superman, I would have done him differently. I would have made him more vulnerable. I think the idea of being able to do anything makes you a little uninteresting. Batman is a good idea. It's interesting, the writer of Batman, the fellow who created Batman, Bob Kane, was a friend of mine. And he was a funny guy, just the opposite of me. He would go to a restaurant with me, we'd have dinner. Minute the waiter came over, do you know who I am? I'm Bob Kane. I created Batman. Here, I'll draw you a picture. I wanted to crawl under the table. I would never say anything like that. But he was so happy and proud of what he had done, and he was always late. Every time we have dinner with our wives, if the appointment was for 8 o'clock, he'd get there at 1:15. And we try to top each other. Joan and I would say at the next dinner, you know what, let's be 20 minutes late. We'll show him. So we'd get there 20 minutes late, but he won. He'd be a half hour late. And we'd say, let's get there 3/4 of an hour late. He'd be there an hour late. I mean, I couldn't beat this guy.
In fact, you actually do get to see what he did with some of those characters. They did a brief thing. What if Stan Lee created these characters? And yeah, they were considerably different.
They were really different.
Very different.
It was a good take on some of them.
Yeah.
I think Superman was.
Batman was black.
Batman was black. Who he said? Flash was a female.
Mm-hmm. I forget.
I
never actually got to read those. I saw the pictures and stuff.
I wonder. I'm sure I can find them up on some digital sites, but I'm gonna have to reread those.
But I love watching these interviews and stuff. I mean, it seemed, and I had a couple of opportunities where I could have met Stan Lee, but I unfortunately never got the opportunity.
He was on my bucket list, and it's gonna be a bucket I can't ever fill.
And but there's so many questions that I would have loved to have been able to ask, and I mean I don't even know where I would start.
Right.
But and then you've got those just super fans out there that are just obsessive over maybe him or the characters or the universe or what have you, and out of all the questions you could ask,
you get one of them like this.
And I practically lived my early childhood with Spider-Man. I didn't even stop getting one single thing that involved Spider-Man. It was just this. If I saw a toy, it was only this. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. And I have one question. When I get a cat, can I name it after you?
Can you name it after you?
Well, only if I get paid some sort of a commission.
Because you get responses like that. I mean, good Lord. It's just, the
Only
world.
if I get paid. So,
Oh,
therefore,
yeah.
if you want to name any of your animals after the show, please send in a self-addressed stamped envelope to the following address.
Yeah, I'll let you name a cat, Spoo, for a small, for a
For a small
fee.
snippet, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Marvel was not always called Marvel.
No, it wasn't.
In fact, DC wasn't always called DC.
DC was National Bay back in the day.
Yeah, and apparently there was a little bit of controversy over that.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'll tell you a funny thing about them, though, to give you an idea of how creative and imaginative they are. When we started with the superheroes, we were called Atlas Comics. Said we ought to change our name. We ought to get a great name that would represent the company the way it is now. So after thinking a while, I came up with Marvel Comics, and it was a great name. Now, DC. They were called National Comics years ago. And when we changed our name to Marvel, some genius over at National Comics said, hey, we ought to change our name too. So we became Marvel. And what did they change their name to? DC. That'll give you an idea of the kind of competition we had.
I think I need to change the bandage on my burn.
Wow.
Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stung.
I mean, I behind the scenes, I want to think that they have nothing but mutual respect for each other.
No, yeah.
But
It's a healthy competition.
it's a healthy competition. But let's be honest, DC has out published Marvel for the last 10 years, but Marvel has outdone DC in the movies. So
And it's so weird. Like, comics wise, DC reigns. Movie wise, Marvel reigns. Animated and TV, DC reigns.
Yeah.
So it's like you've got DC pretty much rules supreme on everything except the movies. Why can't you get it right, Warner Brothers? Let your writers write the movies. Quit hiring outside the box. It doesn't work.
I think this is the
I have
clip
faith in you, Shazam.
you're referring to. Oh yeah, we have a lot of hope.
Oh
for
no, this
Shazam.
isn't the one I was referring to. This is something different.
Oh okay.
This is just a perfect way to kind of wrap things up. You know, I mean, so what it boils down, as you can see, and you watch any interview with Stanley, and you never see the guy in a bad mood.
Right.
He's always smiling. He's always happy. He's always inspirational. He's just. The world is a little dimmer now that he is gone,
It's definitely grayer on the edges.
and you kind of just have to wonder, did he have any regrets? Maybe one.
If you could go back and change one business decision that you've done over the years, what would that be and why?
Inviting you to come and interview me. I'm only fooling.
So there you have it, guys. Just a little fun, a fun way to kind of honor the man, just in one more way. And we're halfway through the week.
Yeah, we're
so
halfway through.
If you miss our regular scheduled programming, we're about done for the week.
But why would you be upset? I mean, this is the icon, the man.
This is a man that meant a great deal for us. So I mean, if anyone has any qualms about us doing a Stan Lee week, I don't know why you would, but if you do, it's a week. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
you,
all right.
you can get through it.
Yeah.
Continue to follow us across social media platforms, guys. There's the Facebook, the Twitter, and the Instagram. And guess what? You can voice those opinions on all three of them.
Mm-hmm.
We may not get back to you. We may get back to you. Who knows?
Yeah, and we'll do it in a chipper, fun way.
Most of the time.
like Stan would.
Yeah. Maybe with memes. Memes.
The memes.
We'll meme and gift the whole living you-know-what out of you.
Yeah. Yeah, continue, guys, to comment, like, share, and please subscribe. Click that one little button there and click the bell icon so you know when our videos go live.
Hey, did you notice what he's wearing today?
Yeah, that's one of them there show shirts.
That's one of them there show shirts, and you go right there.
show shirt.
And you can get yourself one of them show shirts.
Yeah.
Just send us a private message on our Facebook page telling us the 3 things that we need to know. We need to know the size, the color of the text, and the color of the shirt. And we can get those ball rolling for you on that. Short sleeve like he's got on is just $20. Long sleeve is $22. And a hoodie is warm, and it's girlfriend stealable for only $25.
That's right. So we kind of get back to somewhat of a norm tomorrow with one of our regular,
Quasi-regular things. It's a list episode.
It's a bit that we do from time to time, and we're going to do it tomorrow.
Yep.
So come back and join us for that, and it's still Stanley related, so it still fits both sides of the thing.
Yeah, of the thing, of the show,
That thing that we call the show.
Yeah. Till tomorrow, true believers. Excelsior.
Excelsior.
Oh my God! I would like to thank my agent and my mother and my father for this award for my best delivery of a Russian clip of the day.
Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and if you liked what you see, go ahead and click on our faces to go ahead and subscribe to get all of our Monday through Friday stuff.
Indeed, and here's a couple of links down below that you can follow to watch more shows like it. Tons of great content right here at Scallywag Productions. We'll see you tomorrow.